This excerpt covers the topic of equipment marking from the NFPA 70E electrical safety training class presented by Howard Herndon. Howard has over 40 years of experience in the electrical field, covering field experience, equipment services, power studies, and engineering. Howard's class lays out the safety requirements for electrical workers in a practical manner that is applicable to the veteran electrical worker as well as the new electrical trainee. The training class can also be adapted to fit your facility or team needs. If you would like more information or would like to schedule electrical safety training for your team or facility, please contact us at 725-214-6004.
Equipment markings, probably one of my pet peeves. Nothing worse than going into a building and saying something like, oh yeah, we're going to turn off, we'll use an air conditioner as an example, we're going to turn off AC 5. Okay, which breaker is AC 5? Well, let's see, I worked on 2 the other day and that was that breaker. And I worked on 7, I don't know. How annoying is it to think you have AC 5 off? You climb the man ladder, or you climb the 15 flights of stairs it takes to get to the roof, or you fish your way back through central plant and come to find out you don't have it off. And then what do? Oftentimes we say, screw it, I'll just work on it, what I gotta do. Because I don't want to do that. Okay? Not the thing to do. Clearly marking for maintenance purposes is a huge thing. But what if you're working with your buddy and the panel's not too far away and it's not marked and he's being shocked? Now, I would hope you'd just go shut everything off. But what happens if there's a generator involved? So understanding the disconnect, where it's at, marking it, understanding where how to shut it off is extremely important. And far too many people, we've been in buildings, far too many people have, hey, this is AC 5, they wrote on it with a black Sharpie, and then they put a piece of duct tape over that because 5 years later they changed it, or they discovered it really wasn't AC 5, it was AC 7. Keep these labels up to date. It's actually required by the National Electric Code to have a good, competent directory or little plaques that tell you what these devices are, where they feed to and from. It's awfully important from a safety aspect. And we called for a down and out with NV Energy. NV Energy came out and says, well, which transformer do you want me to shut down? I'm like, well, the one that controls that breaker. Well, we don't know what that is. We thought you would know. I don't know. So after an hour later of poking and pulling and finagling energized equipment, which I don't really like doing, we discovered that we had about a 70% chance of figuring out which breaker it was. And luckily we were right, we didn't shut the hospital down. Because if we would have shut the hospital down, that would have been not a great thing for those of you who've worked in hospitals. So knowing what that equipment feeds, you can actually see this label. It says, hey, this is fed from transformer T2 East. Now we know exactly, we went out to that transformer and put a label on it. We know what feeds that piece of equipment, where it's fed from.